Let's get started indeed. So maybe do you want to start with introducing yourself for a second?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Memie. I'm currently based in Amsterdam and I lead design here at TheyDo. Really excited to share all of the work that our team has done. I'm here partnering with TheyDo as two folks who've been really in the weeds to ensure we create a wonderful new mapping experience for all of you.
Yeah, thanks very much. And so my name is Guido, product manager here at TheyDo, and have been responsible for this mapping experience together with Mimi. But I mean, basically, there's been a huge team working on this. So really proud of all the colleagues, team members who have been working on this and making this a possibility to share this today and even get to a closed beta tomorrow, which will be the surprise at the end that you can sign up for. So yeah, let's get started. So basically, what we want to talk today is really about journeys. And like as you might know, like our product has been evolving, of course. But really at the heart of our product, but also at the heart of journey management, it's still that journey, right? Like, I mean, it's even in the word journey management. And also our journey has obviously evolved over years, but well, it has gotten like a lot of different new features that we are really proud of. And actually, this year we've been doubling down on that journey. I think in the start of the year, you might have noticed that we introduced nesting and roll-ups, which really make your journey not only just a singular journey, but it can become a framework, which also helped us to make the product a bit simpler and make sure that there's just journeys at the heart of it. Then we continued with transcripts to journeys, basically an AI feature that makes it really easy to take your transcript, get a journey out, like all your insights are mapped on that journey, making it, well, basically like automated, less manual to build your journeys. And now what we want to talk today about is a new way of mapping, which is another huge improvement to the way you work with journeys. And yeah, we'll get into this in a second. We did promise a small sneak peek, and that will be about Journey AI, but we'll get to that at the end of the webinar. So you spoke, we listened. So over the past year and even before that, you've been providing a lot of feedback, and I've really been enjoying actually reading that. Sometimes also a little bit embarrassing, I will admit, but it's really that feedback from all of you that really helps us to know how can we improve the product further, and especially the mapping experience. Whether that is through your customer success partner, your enablement manager, or just intercom, or you've maybe seen a prototype that Mimi and I shared and gave us feedback in that way. That really has been super helpful for us to actually learn, like, how can we continue to build this experience and make it better? And I'll highlight a few of those things that we've heard and how we're thinking about them, how we're solving them. I'll go through these features very quickly, and maybe we'll go through a longer rundown to really show you it all in action, so you can really experience what we've built that way. Well, and you can experience it yourself from tomorrow on, actually, so that's even better. But first, we'll go through through your feedback, what we've learned, and go to the demo then. So one of the first things I want to highlight is that what we heard a lot is that moving building blocks around was quite glitchy. It wasn't always as predictable. Like when I was moving it, sometimes it wouldn't actually end up in the place that I was expecting, or it would move later after I released it. Anyway, it was a little bit glitchy. So what we did is really rebuild the drag and drop system. So everything that is behind how the cards are presented, how they're moved, rebuild that from the ground up, which was a pretty major undertaking for our engineering team, but it really allows you to move them predictably and with precision. Then a second thing we learned from you and heard from you is that step phase and the lane UX was inconsistent and even somewhat buggy or clunky. Whether that is going through several menus in order to rename your phase, or not really being able to, or not being able at all to actually reorder your phases. Well, also that we've completely changed, where you can now inline edit your phase names, you can reorder them, move them, but also your lanes are have the same capabilities, and basically the UX of all three, so the lane steps and phases, has gotten the same treatment, so that's more consistent and it just works better. Now, I think this is going to be a feature that a lot of you are going to be excited about. So about the time that we introduced spanning, that we introduced the nesting of journeys into another journey, we also introduced spanning for journeys. But then a lot of you were like, hey, but actually I might also have an opportunity or a solution that spans multiple steps, like an epic that involves multiple steps. Why do I need to add it 3 times, or if it's 3 steps, right? Well, we will now be introducing horizontal spanning for opportunities, insights, and solutions in addition to journeys. So you're able to basically add that opportunity, drag it over the multiple steps. That way, not only doing that much more quickly than adding it 3 times, right? But also obviously visually indicating that that opportunity spans those multiple steps, making the journey less cluttered. Very quickly in between, I see a question of whether the recording will be available later, and yes, it will. All right, so large journeys are cluttered. This is actually, I mean, the spanning is a part of the solution here, but we've also heard that, I mean, those huge journeys, all that extra work that you've been doing, that at times they can make the journey pretty cluttered and hard to get an overview, and especially when you're presenting or sharing that with a new audience, that is something that, well, actually prevents you from doing that easily. And I mean, this is a feature that actually has been already introduced to a lot of you, so you might already be a bit familiar. But right now, this feature even gets more highlighted with the new design, being able to filter and then save those filters as a custom view. So you can, for example, say, I only want my pains and gains in order to really focus on the insights that you've gathered and share that with your audience. Last but not least, definitely not least, because I think this is the thing that I heard the most about, is that adding existing building blocks was quite tedious. When you were trying to add a building block or create one, not only like that experience was very clunky. The popover was there, but it was very hard to find the right thing that you were looking for. You were not able to filter it, you were not able to search it. And well, we listened and we're changing that. So we're introducing a completely new experience where you can open your library, so all your building blocks, all your existing building blocks in your complete workspace into a side-by-side panel and drag and drop them easily into your journey. Well, this panel, it's not only drag and drop, you can also filter, sort, search, and it's not only for insights, it's for opportunities, journeys, solutions, metrics, basically everything. So these are high level, very quickly, the features that we're introducing with that new step design. And overall, obviously, we're committed to make that journey experience, that mapping experience, more intuitive. So we make it easier to bring in the relevant content and move it around so that you can focus on what really matters, which is understanding your customers. And we make it more customizable, which gives so more control over the look and feel and the structure of your journey map, so you can better customize your journeys so that it really becomes your journey. And we'll continue to work on these core things with additional features in the coming year. But first now, I'll hand it over to Memie to really show this all in action.
Perfect. If you want to hand over screen share to me, Guido. Amazing. So let's dive on in. Thank you so much, Guido. I think learning about all of the different opportunities there are to redesign and rethink the way that we handle journey management is so inspiring. And all the context to shared as to how we got here is only going to be amplified by just showing you how it works. So let's imagine that we are a global retailer and we have decided to open up a bunch of new storefronts, and we really want to create this new journey to highlight what it will take to go from preparation into the first year of the store launch. You have this journey framework. And so what I've done is kicked off this new journey structure to map this journey. And what you're looking at is our new journey creation experience. Here I've mapped out a number of different phases and steps. And so what we'll do to get started is to add a couple of additional steps and take a look at how this new reordering system works. So let's say we want to track the first 3 months. And maybe you want to actually move this step into a new phase. So we can quickly drag and drop. One thing that we noticed with this screen share is that you're not actually seeing what I'm dragging within the browser. So you won't see it here in the screen share, but I promise you it's there once you join our closed beta. But yeah, it's now easier than ever to reorder all of these steps into the right phases to build out your structure. And now that we have the structure in place, let's take a look at what content creation looks like. Let's go down to insights, and we can create an insight and have it be fully focused on the insight you're creating without having a bunch of popovers kind of interrupting your flow. And so this is the way that you create content today. You either create directly or copy and paste from Miro or FigJam. But we've introduced a new way to kind of bring in all of the existing insights, opportunities, and solutions that you already have within your workspace by embedding your building block library. And to access this, you can go ahead and click on the library button, or if you're a keyboard user like me, press the / to open up this library panel to have a look at all of the insights available within your journey. So if you're like this major retailer or us at TheyDo, we have this workspace where we built a ton of different journey frameworks to represent our business. And with that comes all of the building blocks that may or may not be relevant for the journey that you're mapping today. And so, like Guido said earlier, we've introduced the ability to then filter on specific properties. And for the purpose of this journey, let's focus in on the global shopping experience and specifically look at what we've learned for our in-store experiences. And so quickly you'll see it's really narrowed it down on the most relevant insights for you to map directly. So we'll go ahead and start adding a bunch of insights to this journey. You'll see as the insights with experience impacted or added, it's already populating when you directly add it to the journey. Let me just go ahead and add a couple more insights. So it's easier than ever to bring in all of the information that you already know. So that's the first use case for our new library panel. The second one is thinking ahead at where we are now, which for us at TheyDo, we're ending the year by thinking about all the great initiatives that we want to kick off in Q1. And so some of these opportunities have already been created in TheyDo. And so I want to be able to track this directly in this new journey. I go into opportunities and see that all of the strategic initiatives have been highlighted here across our organization. But what I really care about are the ones that are fully focused on the ones in Q1. Again, I can go in and find the right tags and see the most relevant opportunities for launching new store locations. So I can go ahead and let's see. We'll grab the increasing brand virality to um, increase store visits. And like we said earlier, you can now go ahead and drag these building blocks across multiple steps to reduce the need to duplicate and to slow down your journey overall. And this is truly representative of what your customers are experiencing too. Things aren't isolated into one step or one phase. It's very connected and sequential. And so we want to represent that within TheyDo as well. So now we've added a bunch of insights. We've highlighted this opportunity. Let's also think about the times where you're creating a net new journey. It doesn't always start within TheyDo. It can typically start also in all the great research that you've done. And let's imagine that you've brought this research into TheyDo already, and you have a lot of learnings that you want to include directly on this journey. So we can go into journeys and look for let's say this regional store launch study that we did back in Q2, and do the same by adding these insights directly into this journey to continuously build out your journey framework. So yeah, these are some of the really exciting things that and use cases where we believe that embedding kind of these pre-existing building blocks can help you map a lot more effectively and efficiently. So let's take a look. We've populated this journey. And if we now zoom out, we can kind of really start to see where our new color hierarchy comes into play. Previously, we had a lot of color introduced to the journey, but there wasn't core definitions of how they work. And as we were exploring how we can use color to amplify the storytelling of your journey maps, we really noticed that all of the content you bring into TheyDo needs to be contextualized around a certain step and a certain phase, because a certain insight that lives in one step might mean a completely different thing if placed somewhere else. And so by emphasizing the phases and steps, we can vertically organize content that way. But beyond that, we know that content differentiation across lanes is also meaningful. And so with our new color hierarchy, you can actually choose whether or not for insights you want to represent your insights by type or also by all of the same color. And the same can be done within opportunities and the other building blocks as well. So yeah, this is a look at all of these seemingly small improvements to really transform the way that we help you all map your journeys today. But what I'm really excited about is all of these features being used in order to create, to filter, and to configure these custom views in order to support your storytelling. So like I mentioned before, we have a bunch of strategic initiatives that we're tracking. And sometimes when you want to continuously talk about your journeys, it can be difficult to create the focus that you're looking for when you invite other people to review this journey alongside you. And so let's take a look at what happens when we configure and kind of remove some of these things that may not be super important to all users. So we've now hidden a bunch of steps. We can hide metrics and really focus in on the opportunity and insights. And so from here on out, if you want to reference the opportunity and what you know about this opportunity, you can then save this as a custom view, rename it, let's say ops and insights. And what you can do from here is to share this link to all the people that you want to pay attention to the specifics content and segment of this journey. And beyond that, we've also heard that being able to control the content that you see, even within the full journey view, now that we have some of lots of content mapped. We know that journeys can sometimes feel endless when you're scrolling vertically and you can really be really difficult to find things. And so we've created some of these more granular controls to help you reveal all content, to hide steps as ways to just help you create more focus as you share this journey with other people. So yeah, this is really only the beginning. We have so many more exciting ideas and features that we want to introduce, but it was important for us to really focus on getting the core interactions right. And so if you're excited to help us continuously iterate on this experience, we want to invite you to join our closed beta. You can do so by going to this URL, theydo.com/mapperbeta. Use your phone to scan the QR code, or we'll follow up with the sign up afterwards as well. Our team will be reaching out to you in just a little bit to get you on board. So really excited by all of these improvements. We hope you are as well. And yeah, Guido, what do you say? Should we dive into some Q&A?
Yeah, definitely. I see some questions already also in the chat, but let's start with ones in Q&A. So a question whether we are able to show only library elements of the current journey, because otherwise the library might be super crowded, and maybe an insight is not needed in another journey. This is definitely possible. I don't know if we actually want to quickly show that again. Maybe, I don't know if you have the
Yes.
demo open still.
Yes, hold on. Sorry. So yeah. If you want to, let me reread the question. Able to show library elements of current journey. And so if this is for basically being able to show the insights there, what you can do is filter based off of their journey. So what I had originally done was surface the ones within the framework. And so this is the easiest way to kind of isolate to make sure that, yeah, only the ones within the framework are shown in the library.
Yeah, and so you could also select the specific journey that you're looking at, and would directly see all the ones that are in that journey. Hope that answers the question. Then, is there any plans to be able to rename the lanes, phases, and steps? We do hear that one regularly as well. It's not in the current version, but we're very aware that that is a desire. So I can't promise anything at the moment in terms of timelines, but I do think that makes sense to do at some point. Then we have, can those custom views then be exported to PDF for presenting sharing outside of the platform? Can they?
Yes.
They can be shared. Yes, so you can then export the custom views
The
in order
PDF, yeah.
to PDF, yeah, to share them that way as well. So in addition to sharing them in the app itself, where also people will be able to access them and change things there, they'll be able to be exported as well.
I see
Uh,
another question around custom views while we're on that topic. So, can the custom views support editing? So, yes, you can go in and still edit content. When you share a view, I believe it also can only be view only, so that if you want people to just consume, that is also possible.
all right. Um, so then we have a question, when will we get access to this, or when will this be rolled out to our environments? So that depends a little bit on you. If you sign up for the beta, you can get it as quickly as tomorrow. We'll be moving over organizations from tomorrow onwards on Thursday, Tuesday, and um, Thursday then again. So basically on Thursdays and Tuesdays. So if you sign up now and it's there by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning CET, then you'll get it tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be Tuesday. Memie, will there be changes to the working with images soon?
That is something that we're actively exploring at the moment. Maybe if I can give the folks on the call a little sneak peek, one of the things that
Yeah.
we're going to continue exploring is I think another big bucket of feedback we often hear is, well, we can customize the structure and the journey itself. There's less flexibility with how we explore content cards. And so that is very top of mind for us. Part of us rebuilding the way that our journey creation and journey mapping experience works will allow us to also explore being able to customize and configure cards and introduce more capabilities for our text and image lanes. So if that is of interest and you have lots of thoughts and want to engage with us on that topic, we would be very excited. That's a topic that we're actively working through.
Indeed. Then a question from Ilka about colors. I see conflicting colors become
Mhm.
a potential problem. Opportunity versus column colors. Can you turn colors off for the columns and leave it on for the labels? Um,
So yes, we have the ability for you to remove color. So we also know that, at times, kind of using color definition for one vertical or horizontal organization is useful as well. So if I were to show this again, you can kind of be specific there with turning off colors for phases and steps while also removing color for cards. So there is customization there and capabilities. I will say color in specific aesthetic and how we treat it. We're also exploring things like being able to define color through, let's say, status, so things that are in progress or all of that. I would say this is one of those things where we're gonna continue iterating on, especially as we continue card configuration. So yeah, join this beta, provide that feedback, and we'd love to iterate and work alongside you.
Indeed. All right. So do you have any templates for healthcare patient journey mapping?
I
Sorry,
believe we
it's a
do.
longer
Yes, for
question, but yes, we definitely have templates for that as well. I think it's mostly workspace templates that we have
Mhm.
where if you set up a new workspace, you can add that template there. Basically, if you select the industry there, then you'll be able to see those and explore that template. Can you still access them on the website as well?
um on yeah.
Maybe I know that Justus is in the call as well. If he still is, maybe he can also. Yes. Thank you, Justus. He's saying you should be able to access them on the web as well. So that will be on theydo.com. You should be able to find templates there, including templates for healthcare. Then we have a thank you. Can we have a copy of the slides you went through to share with the wider team that have not managed to attend this call? I think that is definitely something that we can do. Yeah, I'll check in with our marketing team to make sure that that is also available. How will the transition from the existing journey design into the new design happen? So basically what we're doing right now is that we have this closed beta where you can sign up and then well, if you sign up, we would move you to the new design. As you can see, basically the core structure of the journey is still the same. So what you see will be the same. The only thing that changes a little bit is that when you have a specific lane color, that color will be moved to the cards. So instead of the lane background, it will be card color. But otherwise, basically, your journey will look well, fresher, newer. You have all the new capabilities, but it will still have the same structure. So we'll be moving you over to that new design by request. And from December 10th onwards, which is when we will actually also do the next webinar, where we'll do a small sneak peek of a little bit later. We're going to be moving over basically the rest, unless that is well, would really cause problems. So December 10th is the main moving over of the general availability. Are you still supporting copy and paste from Miro and Figma? Yes, that has not changed. Maybe I don't know if you want to show it as well.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't tried this before, I had this pull up just in case this question came up. But what's wonderful is that, like I said earlier, building customer journey maps can start in a lot of different places. A lot of the times it can start with research, and a lot of that synthesis we know happens in Miro and FigJam. And so one of the ways to help with transitioning from Miro and FigJam into TheyDo is by actually being able to copy and paste your post-it notes and paste them in bulk. So that it can map directly to the most relevant phases within your journey. So this can happen when you paste it in the lane header. It can happen also directly if you want to put it within a specific step. So yeah, wanted to quickly highlight that. And a small plug, we recently launched templates for both Miro and FigJam to help support with the synthesis and planning out journeys, your journey frameworks. And so if you go to Miroverse or the FigJam community, you can be able to search for TheyDo templates and find them directly there. So yeah, we're here to help support all of the various ways that you create journeys and to eventually bring that content into TheyDo.
Yeah, and then we have a follow-up question. Does that also work for Sketch?
Unfortunately, not Sketch at this time. Yeah. But there are other ways. If you have, for instance, insights within Sketch or something that where you can export it into either a text file format or CSV, you actually can import those directly into TheyDo that way as well. So there's actually a lot of different formats and ways that we can process your insights, especially as a little carrot for all the amazing Journey AI features that we're about to announce in about a week and a half. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah.
I see maybe we do one last question, and then we can move into kind of highlighting, yeah, a little bit of Journey AI. There was a question around, are there any behavioral changes you suggest we should start incorporating now in anticipation of these new changes? For instance, place duplicate insight of them spanning steps. So yeah, I think for the most part, as Guido and I were talking about this transition of how we can best support migrating from kind of where we are now to where where we are now to where we will be with this new redesign. Our hope is also that once your journeys get brought over, you won't see that much of a difference because a lot of what we're building is simplifying and making these actions a lot easier to use. Things like being able to replace duplicate cards could be some early things, but outside of that, our own barometer is that hopefully your journeys aren't going to be impacted.
Indeed. All right. Cool. So should
Perfect.
we then maybe do a quick sneak peek of what is coming
Yes.
December 10th?
Yeah, I kept like accidentally sharing the screen, but there's not too much to give away here. So ultimately, up until this point, TheyDo has been really focused on being your journey management platform. We said journeys are the center of really this understanding your business and understanding your customers. We also believe that there's a whole world of decision making and truly understanding why things are happening in your business that we are very eager to contribute and to explore more on. So this question right here, which is understanding why is churn in EMEA up 5% and what are we doing about it? So on December 10th, we will be hosting another webinar to highlight a lot of the exciting new features to be able to process large amounts of insights and to be able to generate new opportunities from that in a much more powerful way. I don't want to give too much away because we have so much exciting content and demos that we want to surface when that is ready. But really quick, just to give you a little sneak peek, one of the features that or parts of this new journey that you may have noticed, thanks, Justice, is this AI button. And when we announce this in December 10th, what you'll shortly be able to do is not only continue with multi-file upload to upload all of your research to map to your journeys using our new library, but you can also do things like mine insights. And when we talk about the value of bringing in your existing building blocks into where you're mapping, this can also look like not knowing all of the insights that you might have from the research that you've done. And so to be able to actually use Journey AI to say you want to look for insights of a certain type of files that you've uploaded in the past however many days, we actually can go back and abstract insights that are meaningful for the phases and steps that you've created within TheyDo. We also are excited to do things like summarize journeys. So as you all have been building out your rich journey frameworks, there's so much information for you to pull from. And so we want to make it easier than ever for you to surface all of the information in the journeys nested within the current one to surface and bubble up all of the relevant information. Again, we're scratching the surface a little bit and dangling carrots to hope that you'll join us again in early December to hear from Justice and our Journey AI team on kind of the new frontier that we're headed. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions, but Guido, is there anything that I maybe have missed that you want to add?
No, I think that's a great sneak peek, maybe even more than a peek, but
Yeah.
no, yeah. Um, I no, I think it's yeah. I'm super excited about this myself as well. So yeah, it's going to really be amazing. I think let me see, the last thing that I do want to share, and maybe we can do one or two more questions. I see some popping up still, so um, since we still have some time. Maybe very quickly, but maybe if other people wanna go already, I do want to also very much invite you to actually join us in our community, which is another great way to engage with us, ask us questions, also share feedback about that beta, and also regularly the product managers, designers are joining specific community chats to talk about like what are we building, how are we improving that, and getting that feedback straight from you. Um, so yes, let me see.
Here, I
I
pulled it up for you. Here. Oops. Here you
Yeah,
go.
TheyDo.com/community, and there you can join. Nice, thank you. Should we do one or more, two more questions, maybe?
Yeah, I see one really quick that I feel like will be a fairly short answer from Paula. We're still experimenting with the tool and understanding how we might set it up. Is everything shown now part of the core experience, available to all, even if not paid customers yet? So yes, everything that we've shown as part of this new redesign mapping experience will be. Our journey AI stuff, I believe, is will be, maybe just correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but at least for everything we've shown in this webinar today, as far as like the library panel and all of the new ways of mapping will be included.
Yeah. So to get that early will be the closed beta, but otherwise you have access on December 10th. I think there are some questions about the AI topic. We'll skip those because we have people who are have way more knowledge about that. Let me see if I have any that are. Oh, I see here. Can the color selection be configured per view? For example, a view with minimal color and a view with many colors. That is something that is not included in the custom views at the moment, but that will be very much a core piece of the configuration of cards that Mimi talked about earlier as well, where we really want to enable you to well, work more with colors, but then also save that and make sure that those different views are persistent, again, to make the shareability and presentability of your journeys even better. All right, I think we're gonna end it here. We're gonna thank everybody a lot for your attention. Again, if you have additional questions, feel free to email us, feel free to join the Slack community. We can definitely answer a few more there. And once again, thank you very much, and I'm very excited to get your feedback from tomorrow onwards, when you'll actually have access to this.
Yeah, thanks so much. I hope everyone enjoys a good day, evening, and yeah, we'll hopefully talk to you all very soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.